Good morning everybody. Today I am going to talk about chondroid lipoma. Chondroid lipoma is a rare benign fatty tumor found in the subcutaneous tissue or in deeper soft tissues, predominantly in the limbs and limb girdles of adult women. It is clinically benign. It is an example of a pseudosarcoma in that it may be mistaken for a myxoid liposarcoma or chondrosarcoma. It was first recognized as a distinct entity in 1993 by Mies and Enzinger as an extraskeletal chondroma with lipoblasts-like cells. Clinical findings: it is seen in the third or fourth decade of life and it has a predilection for women. It is slowly growing painless mass that is often present for several years before excision. This lesion most commonly arises in the proximal extremity or limb girdle. And less common sites are distal extremities, trunk and the head and neck region, especially the oral cavity. Radiologically, they are heterogeneous soft tissue masses that has features different than typical lipoma but not distinctive enough to be diagnostic. The diagnosis can be suggested by fine needle aspiration. Coming to the pathological findings, grossly, the tumor is well demarcated and encapsulated with a yellow, white or pink tan cut surface. It ranges in size from 1 to 11 cm with a mean size of 4 cm. It occurs in the subcutaneous tissue. It may involve the superficial fascia or skeletal muscle and sometimes they are entirely intramuscular. Microscopically, chondroid lipoma has a lobular pattern and consists of strands and nests of round cells deposited in a myxochondroid or hyalinized fibrous background. Some cells have eosinophilic granular cytoplasm, whereas others have lipid vacuoles indicative of lipoplastic differentiation. The cells are not pleomorphic and they do not show significant mitotic activity. The extracellular matrix is often extensively myxoid and may be intermingled with zones of hyalinization and fibrin deposition reminiscent of serous atrophy of fat. Most lesions are vascular with thick-walled blood vessels and cavernous thin-walled vascular spaces. Other changes include the presence of hemorrhage, hemosiderin deposition, calcification or even ossification in hyalinized zones. In this picture we can see chondroid lipoma showing nests of vacuolated cells deposited in a chondroid-like matrix associated with mature fat cells. Here, this is a high-power view of a chondroid lipoma showing vacuolated cells associated with mature fat cells. Some of the vacuolated cells closely stimulate lipoblasts. By immunohistochemistry, the tumor cells are stained positively for S100 protein and there is focal staining for CD68 in the vacuolated tumor cells and focal cytokeratin immunoreactivity, whereas they are negative for epithelial membrane antigen. Coming to the differential diagnosis, 4 differential diagnoses can be considered: myxoid liposarcoma, extraskeletal myxoid chondrosarcoma, soft tissue chondroma and myoepithelial tumors. Myxoid liposarcoma is a hibernoma-like cell deposited. They have a hibernoma-like cells deposited in a myxoid matrix. On occasion, they can show chondroid metaplasia. This tumor is composed predominantly of mildly atypical spindle cells which are deposited around a delicate plexiform vascular pattern which is not seen in chondroid lipoma. Extraskeletal myxoid chondrosarcoma. This has a fibrous septa that impart a distinct lobulated appearance. The cells are more uniformly round or oval and have eosinophilic cytoplasm and few intracytoplasmic vacuoles. Hence, they can be differentiated from chondroid lipoma. Soft tissue chondroma. This occur in the hands and feet and often contains multinucleated giant cells and true hyaline cartilage. Multinucleated giant cells can be seen in chondroid lipoma but they are very rare. Myoepithelial tumors, they tend to be more superficially located and typically display epithelial areas. Immunohistochemically, myoepithelial cells stain more uniformly for cytokeratins and are marked by antibodies to epithelial membrane antigen and actins. Thank you.